Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So, y'all, I know that it has been a while since I've made kind of like a longer video. And although this video won't be too long, I want to let you know that here in the Atlanta area now, zone 8A, it was down into the lower 20s. And a lot of the plants, like I knew that this was coming. So a lot of my herbs like holy basil, I went ahead and harvested all of those one day, dried it. We got a beautiful, beautiful herbal blend tea that we will be announcing soon. And then I took some cuttings of some of the plants that I wanted to bring inside and regrow. So we did some of that. But some of our annuals, like our marigolds, the calendula took a really hit. Now, normally I grow that in cooler weather, but once we got down to about 23, they look like they might bounce back, and they look like they might not. So as we're in December, one of the things that I am doing, and one of the things that I do encourage you to do, especially if you like to grow from seeds, I know I've been getting a whole lot of seed catalogs. So I've been taking that time to go through the different seed catalogs, see if there's something new that I want to grow in the garden. I am also, not this month, probably starting mid-January, I'll go ahead and start some of the seeds that I want to start growing them inside. And one of the things that I didn't do, but we're supposed to get rain over the next 3 days, and it's actually supposed to be in the 60s, y'all, is one of the things I didn't do was I didn't plant my tulip bulbs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a lot of them in containers this year, and I did get a lot of them on sale so that the tulips last year, like they took so much space in the place that I had them, and then the bloom time was really a long time, and I wanted to switch it out. So that's why I'm planting them in the containers this time. I started on the rose garden. I probably have like maybe 9 more of those that I need to plant. I may not get them planted in time, but I'll have an idea of where I want to put them. Today I'm really out here because some of the tropical plants that I grow, like the pineapple, the soursop, what else I had? I think I had all of my citrus trees except for one, which was supposed to be an Arctic zone citrus plant. It's looking like it took a little damage, but it's still alive. But it was bred to be able to take temperatures down to around 10. It's a orange tree. But since we've gotten a little bit cooler, I just want to take the time, pull out some of those plants, and I'm going to let them actually stay out. They've been in the workshop, not as much light as I would like, but it is being shielded from the wind. It probably was a little cold in there, but I'm going to pull those out, and I'm going to leave them out over the next 2 or 3 days so that they can just get some rain and then get some sunlight as well. I just wanted to give you different areas of the garden, what's going on with it, but I also wanted to offer you a few gardening tips. This is why it's so important to know your first fall frost, your last spring frost, and your growing zone. It's also important to know, depending on the varieties that you're growing, is it an annual? Is it a perennial? Is it a biennial? Even if it's a vegetable, a flower, or herb that can tolerate the cooler weather, how far down in the degrees will it go? There are some things I'm going to admit, like a lot of my leafy greens that I probably should have covered, but I was so focused in trying to harvest my holy basil because I had 4 different varieties and a lot of it to harvest. I was so focused on harvesting that so that I could be able to offer it to you all, that some things I did not cover it up, and it did suffer, but that's okay, y'all. It's totally okay. I did get all the holy basil processed and cut, and it's actually drying right now, but it's so important to know those things. And not now, but probably in the next few weeks, I'm going to focus on starting more seeds inside. I really can't believe how quick the time is flying, but I'm going to focus on starting seeds so that as we creep up on the spring, that I still can grow some leafy greens, some carrots. I got beets in the ground. But I was just wanting to take this time out now. One of the things that I also did was cut the heads of the sunflowers and harvest those so that I can save the seeds, because they were open pollinated seeds, and just a few things. I'm just kind of like taking inventory. But here's the thing that I'm also doing, y'all. The fact that we've been here a little bit over a year, and so I have to switch my thought process to say, you're not in Savannah anymore. The temperature is different. And I'm just kind of taking inventory of what's surviving those colder temperatures, because like I was telling Chris, he actually had to go back down to the Savannah area the other day, and he was talking about, how hotter it was down there. But some of the things that I have to keep telling myself is the Atlanta area is about 5 to 10 degrees different than the Savannah area, whether it's colder or whether it's hotter. Now, he did say one day that when he went back down there that it was cold, but not as cold as the Atlanta. I think one day it got to 23, y'all, and it's some things that I have to do as far as the water hoses too. I'll tell y'all that on another video. I was like, ooh, okay, we got to get those under control. But I did cut back the lemongrass, and I'm rooting some of those inside. But these are just things that I'm just taking a note of in my journal. I'm inventorying like what's working, what's not working. But I did get a chance to pull all of the tropical plants out. So I got those pulled out. It's supposed to rain starting at about 1 o'clock this morning, up until about 8 o'clock in the morning. So that way it can get a little rain, a little light. I did check the temperature, especially the soursop. It is a tropical plant and it cannot tolerate this frost. And I love growing soursop and using it for tea, just for a lot of the medicinal properties. And I want to keep those. I have 3. I definitely want to keep them. And in the spring, after all danger of frost has passed, I do plan on potting them up. But I'm just going to stay out here a little bit while longer, y'all. I'm going to take an inventory of some things. I'm really going to start cutting back and pulling some of the things that were annuals and don't tolerate frost. So we're going to go ahead and get those pulled. I'm going to cut back some of the perennials. Late winter, early spring, I did tell Chris we got to get a hold of this peach tree. And the reason why I want to do that is because it had just got so big where it did have peaches. They weren't big. However, there's no way we could reach them. And so now that all of the leaves have fallen off, we're going to put that on our to-do list to go ahead and trim that back to like a home gardening level. I definitely want to do that. But I just wanted to keep y'all posted because I know it's been a while. It's about maybe 59, 60. I'm going to spend a few more minutes out here, and I'm just really going to write down some things that I want to get accomplished. And we're just going to take it one step at a time, y'all. But I'm going to keep you posted on everything. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap the subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye-bye.